Hey guys, what's up? Pizza Zype here, and I'm gonna be talking about Halo World Championships and my thoughts about it since it's circulating around the internet right now about how bad it was and all that. So someone from that plays a lot at the highest level, that was just there as a spectator. I thought I'd give my insight, and I thought it would give you guys an idea of what it was really like. So first off, I wouldn't go to this event if it wasn't close to me. It's about 15 to 20 minute drive. Not too bad at all. Um, and honestly, I went to go support Straight Sick because, my boy. And other than that, I wouldn't go to this event if it was flying or like Vegas or something like that. I just would not go, unless I was competing. It As a spectator, it did not have any value really, in my opinion. Besides, unless you're really big fans of some of the players and you wanted to meet them, I guess then that would be cool. But other than that, it didn't really have any value to it, in my opinion. Now, the venue, obviously, you guys seen the pictures. Before even going there, I kind of knew what to expect since I was there for relegations and I've been there for H2A events and all that stuff. And I kind of already knew what to expect, and they were talking about big changes. And when I went there, the only thing that was really changed about inside the venue was they put banners up. I think you could see them in some of the pictures. I'm not really sure. Other than that, there was really no big changes at all. And yeah, it was really small event for being Halo World Championship, and it shouldn't have been that small. Honestly, it should have been a bigger venue because last year I think it was Nokia Theater. Don't quote me on that because that could be completely wrong, but I know it was definitely in a bigger spot. And honestly, the viewing experience as a spectator, you would think you would be able to see all four point of views and be able to watch what you want to watch. You know what I mean? I don't know if that makes sense, but you were basically watching the stream. If you sat in the side rows, which is like the blue and red side, you were watching a TV screen, and it was on the top right or top left, depending on which side you sat on. And you would basically just watch that because you couldn't really see the middle one, like the middle projector, where they have the actual the big screen. You couldn't see it because it was kind of in between the stage. So it was the stage was like this, and then the thing was back here. So it was super just hard to see unless you were in the middle row. So honestly, in my opinion, there was really no point in going to spectate to watch Halo because it felt the same, to be honest. Again, seating was a little bit of a big deal. I kind of left on Sunday. I left Sunday pretty early. There was no seating and stuff, so I was just all right, I'm just gonna go home and watch it. And then when I got home, same thing I was watching when I was there. The only thing that was different is that I had people next to me and the crowd and all that stuff. So that part of it was cool, but there was only 4 to 6 rows, I want to say, for each section. They had they had a blue side, they had a middle, and then they had a red side. The first row was for people that knew the team or were family, friends, whatever. The back part of it was for Legendary, I think it was. I'm not really sure. And then the other rows in between were just fillers. And again, for me, watching individual POVs to see the whole game and not just what the casters are picking for us to see, in my opinion, is a big deal. I like being able to see all 4 screens and what's actually happening in game and being able to, look where I want to look. You know what I mean? Not having to rely on the casters. And at this event, I'm pretty sure, unless I'm just completely blind, they did not have it. And when I say there was really no value as going as a spectator, I mean there wasn't any incentive, there wasn't any things to really do. They had giveaways, they gave you one of those little raffle tickets, and they would announce who won outside every now and again. And other than that, there was really nothing besides watching that was really incentive for people to go. Obviously, besides the free for all, but you would have to have the free day pass or whatever. Now, this one is a little bit different. This one didn't really affect me because I had a car and I was able to drive a little bit down the way to go to a food court where they had food. But for the players, as you've seen Ninja Tweets, the only thing they really had that was in walking distance of this venue was whatever they supplied you with at that food truck, and they would give each player like a ticket. And I think the first day it was hot dogs. That was the only thing you could buy. You could buy like burgers and stuff, but you would have to pay like your own money, which is not that big a deal. But the ticket was only worth the hot dog, and me personally, I would get the free food regardless. And it wasn't that great. So like if you didn't like what they had, you're kind of shit out of luck for food. You're gonna be eating Cheez-Its and cookies, like the little bags they give you like at the stores and stuff. That was the other stuff they had on the side. And I even talked to Snipe Down on Saturday. I asked him what he would like. I was trying to tell him like there's places like near if you want to take an Uber or something, or in my car or whatever. And he was telling me how he only had Cheez-Its that day. Cheez-Its and I think Chips Ahoy. I think that's it. And I was like, dude, that fucking sucks. So it didn't really affect me, but I can understand how that would suck for players because, if you don't have a car, you're kind of screwed. Overall, just not a good place for a Halo World Championships. Maybe something like relegations like they did before, or like a smaller type of tournament, but for Halo World Championships, definitely not the place they should have been. Now, as a player, I didn't play obviously, but I talked to like everybody else, and there was there were some complaints, and I'm gonna address those really quickly. Now this one's a pretty big deal because this one actually has to do with the gameplay. A lot of you guys saw the biggest example I could really give is Strike Rippin vs Envy, where there was like a 45-minute to an hour wait time. I want to say I'm completely guessing. I could be exaggerating the heck out of that or completely spot on. I don't know. But it was a long time regardless. They were actually trying to figure out why Huke's game was so delayed. And it basically felt like online. That's the best way I could really put it, which being at a local tournament, like that's not what you want to hear at all. So if you guys noticed, the next game was Fathom, where he kind of dominated. So I want to say that played a big part of it. And that wasn't the only issue. I heard on the side station that we're not allowed to really go to, unless you're like a girlfriend or close family member, you were not allowed to go. They had like maybe 8 seats. I think you saw that in Hex's vlog if you guys watched it. I heard that station was completely awful. I heard it was laggy on both sides, and it just was not fun to play on at all. Warm-up station, completely fine. No problems whatsoever. And then main stage, I heard majority that blue side was messed up with that when it came to like the reticle lag and like all that stuff. Everything that was messed up with it. I don't want to say exactly what was messed up because I didn't play obviously, so I can't be exact. But from the players' complaints, it was a lot more blue side than both sides, so it was kind of annoying. And the fact that they tried to fix it on the last day just kind of blows my mind a little bit. Like, why not address it when people were complaining about it the first day? Like, I'm pretty sure Royal 2 or someone complained about their aimer being super heavy, and the fact that it went all the way to Sunday is pretty ridiculous to me. And I don't want to say that's all ESL and 343's fault. Obviously, they should have addressed the problem earlier, yes. But not having a LAN type of thing really kind of hurts. And that's, a big reason why. And so because of all these issues, players had to sit around. Whether it affected them or not, in my opinion, from, having to sit around and wait, it sucks. It depending on if you're winning, it kills the momentum. Depending on if you guys are playing good, taking like an hour break, 40-minute break to fix issues, it sucks. And I don't know, it's just, that's all I can really say. It just sucks. Overall of the event, it was packed for the venue, and the venue wasn't that big, so that wasn't that big a deal. Overall, it felt like they did the very bare minimum of what they had to do for the tournament. And I don't know if that made them save money or what, because I know it's an ESL studio, obviously, so I would assume it saves money. But it was not somewhere the Halo World Championship should be. That should be like where it was last year. I forget exactly where it was. I think it was Nokia Theater. I think. Don't quote me on that because I could be completely wrong. But it was definitely a downgrade from Las Vegas, from any event they've had this year, it was basically a downgrade. Which, if you're working this whole year for it, it's kind of a slap in the face. So overall, it could have been way better than what it actually was. Hope this clears up any confusion about the event. If there's anything that you guys wanted to know that I didn't address, leave a comment, and I'll be on the comments. I'll reply instantly. But if you guys like this video, make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Talk to you guys later.